Good morning, happy Monday. Oh, we're a little crooked. That was a beautiful storm we wound up having unexpectedly this weekend. I like how nature can flip it from unconventionally hot to this beautiful winter wonderland just like that. I have two different readings I wanted to do today. One is meditate in a crowd. Meditation is commonly perceived to be an activity that is performed alone in a quiet place without disruptions. Today, expand your own experience of meditation by practicing in a crowd, or think of it as a sound bath, all kinds of different distractions. Find a shared public space and begin by softening your gaze and turning your attention within. Releasing any resistance to the sounds that surround you, invite them as keys that can unlock your meditation. Or think of these sounds as food to feed your meditation, or like stoking a fire, so that you feel nourished by your environment instead of angry and agitated and distracted by it. Each sound, like a taste of the world, is an opportunity to expand your meditation from a closed, singular experience to a vast, expansive one. This past weekend, I was fortunate to teach in an outdoor, we call it a tabin, which is a tent cabin at trails. And there was a really sweet, tiny little wood stove, roaring fire. We were trying to stay warm. It was the kids' first time having to be outside all day since COVID. And without fail, repeatedly over and over and over, we kept hearing trains. And instead of being angry, I invited the kids to think of them as a way of like ocean waves, or can you flip it in your brain, a sound that's not nature, and flip it into something soothing. And then today, the other reading I want to do is your rib cage is the guardian of your heart and your lungs. I think this is so beautiful. Think of it as a bird cage. Consider how your ribs form a graceful fence around your heart, lungs, and other organs. Your rib cage made of bone and cartilage is strong and yet also supple and resilient. So it's hard and soft, and that's what we try to do in our yoga practice. Firm pose, but still soft in our mind and in our body. It rises and falls with your breath and bends and gives while protected. Hold your hands in front of you. Spread your fingers, the corner base of your palms with the tips of your curved finger, as if you were gently holding an invisible heart. Let's see, kind of like this. This is what your ribs do inside your body. Powerful but delicate, strong but elegant. Your rib structure your torso, embrace your organs, and pulse with your breath. And I love that, being hard and soft at the same time. And not to generalize, I feel women are very good at that. And I feel like the next few generations we're encouraging men to be the same. Hard, strong, resilient, capable, but still soft in our heart and not hardened and able to see the other side. So we're gonna go back to doing legs today. That's something we started last week, starting at the bottom of our body and working up throughout the week. And I'm gonna throw in some balance. Yana has a grandson visiting, and her daughter, and she said he actually did some of the practice with her, so maybe he'll do some of this balance with her. Coming onto the mat, we'll do a little bit of floor work in some sun salutations, and then finish with some of our leg postures that we like to use that engage all the muscles up and down the leg, taking soft, fleshy legs and hardening into this beautiful, stable, strong thing. Come onto your mat. Remember that part of the process of yoga in this practice is slowly taking your time to come to the mat, and that's part of the moving meditation. There are many ways that you can do it that, for instance, that would be more core. Not my favorite. Maybe that's what I should be working on. So I could come to the edge, pause, and then go a little further, pause, and I'm just showing you the fast version. And then you would come down one vertebrae at a time, not as quickly as I did. Let's take our knees to chest, no hands, and gently rock side to side. Massage the back. One direction, then the other. I'm going to take my knees all the way to the floor on the left. Oh, and release, but keep that right shoulder down. So what happens in our body is it becomes a twisted, like a pepper grinder. Breathing in and out through the nose. Notice the tension and tugging, and continuing each time we move our body into another shape. Also notice the hard and the soft, that contrast in each pose. Part of the pose will be easy in your body, and part will be resisted. Back to center, press your knees together. We're going to take them over to the right, keeping that left shoulder grounded. Notice the resistance on the left side of the body. Back to center, little boat or circles. Now we want to focus on single leg wind relieving pose. So can we first draw the knees into our chest, no hands? You'll see your range of motion is different than when you're pressing. So I'm going to bring the knees in as deeply as I can, then add my hands. Pressing lower back down into the floor, and we'll take our hands interlaced to the right shin. Maybe drop the left foot to the mat or immediately slide it straight. I love this stretch. Just pause here for 2 more breaths. Noticing that contrast of easy and hard, supple and resistant. Maybe if we could open our minds and always see the dualities and everything, we wouldn't be so rigid about our political beliefs and have these debates. Well, maybe not us, but you know, the Trump supporters. Left hand takes right knee over, single leg spinal twist. Right shoulder's going to stay down so that you're having a nice deep stretch on the right side of the body. Notice where else you feel it. I'm noticing it more in the glute than my back necessarily. Back to center, little boat. Let's take left leg in, right leg extends, pause. Feel that contrast in the hips. One is pulling in and one is extending out. Right hand takes left knee over, single leg spinal twist. Back to center, little boat. Or I like to immediately come into egg beaters, waking up those hips, stirring each leg separately, and then help them fall wide for a moment. Choosing to stay here or walking your hands down the shins, we're now in wide double leg wind relieving pose. Drawing the thighs as deeply into your side body as possible. Notice what's happening in your hips. Flex and point the feet a few times. You can feel the difference of the muscles traveling all the way back into the glutes from the shins, and then coming into the setup for happy baby. Maybe you're going to choose to stay here or full pose, rocking side to side. Bringing the soles of the feet together. Let's pause here and notice what's happening in your hips. And then feet to the mat, soles together, arms in cactus. I want you to purposely notice the contrast, soft and hard in the hips. Close your legs, feet in the air. Let them dangle for a moment as we roll out our ankles. Fan the toes. Fist with the feet and then spread your toes. Fist spread, fist spread. Legs wide. Oh, and check in with those inner thighs. Oh my, so tight. Close your legs. Let's take right leg in the air. Actually, I'm going to bring strap to my belly. Right leg in the air, left leg flex and lower all the way down. And I'll give my right leg a massage. Thank it for being always there for you, dependable. We take it for granted until it's hurt. Strap to the ball of our right foot. And just gently pause for a moment here. Or stir it, you have choice. Both straps into the right hand. Release that leg out to the side. Back to the sky, strap into the left hand. Oh, yeah. And let's do this one more. Back into the right hand, diagonally upper right corner. Back to center, and last time, diagonally upper left corner. We don't do this one very often. Release, and take those thighs to your chest. Little boat, circles, or egg beaters. Feet in the air once more. Right foot flex and lower down. Strap to the ball of the left foot. Choosing stillness, or stir the leg. One direction and the other. Full straps in the left hand. Release that leg to the side. Pause. Back to the sky. Strap into the right hand. Across the midline to stretch your IT band. It does not have to go very far. Back to the sky. Strap in the left hand. Back to the sky. So now I'm upper diagonal left corner. Woohoo! And let's take that strap in the right hand, upper right corner diagonal. Back to center. Get rid of the strap. Little boat. You're going to roll into a ball on your right and curl up. Relax. Your arm becomes your pillow for a moment. And that's what's the nice thing about the yoga system, is that it takes into account hard and soft. Not only are there rigorous muscular engaged poses, there's also a counter pose or a stretching, relaxing pose for every hard pose. We'll often talk about counter pose. Okay. Quickly, we're going to do our cat-cow. Palm in the air, look up. And then slowly turn into a cat. Back and forth. Cow, cat, cow, cat. And you're exploring that movement of the spine. Tuck your toes. Walk to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Let your head go. Arms to the side, rise, reach up. Oh, wide arm swan dive. Now today, resist the urge to bend your knees. Let's see, can you do straight leg and fold in? Half back, fold, plant, knees down, sleeping cobra. Pick up your head, baby cobra. Press back, downward dog. Pedaling. Right foot forward, left foot back. Rise. Hands release. Feet together, fold. Rise, heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Half back, fold, plant. Maybe I'll hop this time. Lowering down, sleeping cobra. One breath, inhale. Exhale, pick up your head, baby cobra. Hug those elbows in. Press back, downward dog. Pedal your dog. Left foot forward, right foot back. High lunge. Hands release. Feet together, fold. Rise, heart center. We do that same sequence one more time, but I'm going to add a more muscular effort in the warrior position or high lunge. Inhale up, exhale, fold, half back, fold, plant, step back, option chaturanga, slowly lower, or lower the knees and bring the chest down. One breath, sleeping cobra. Pick up your head, baby cobra, press back, downward dog. Walk your dog in enough so that you're able to drop the heels. Press your bum back. Lift the heels, press the heart towards the thigh. So it's another hamstring stretch. So one is with heels down, woo, and one is with heels up. Right foot forward, left foot back. Keep that heel up. Rise. We're only going to come up to a T. Hands are going to come forward. And now I'm on a diagonal. Lift off that right thigh. Oh, resist gravity. I can feel it in the glute, the back of the leg. I think Yana loves this one. Hands release. Option to straighten that right leg and fold, stretching the hamstring. Feet together, fold. Rise, heart center. Other side. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Half back, fold, plant. This time let's come to our knees and slowly lower the heart forward. So make that part of your moving meditation. Sleeping cobra. Pick up your head, baby cobra. Maybe take a little further into up dog. Down dog. Left foot forward, right foot back. You're gonna square off, lift that right hip. Arms to a T, rise enough that you can bring those arms forward on a diagonal. Reach out, pressing down through that left foot. I can feel the right heel lifted. Hands release. Option to stretch that left leg straight and fold. Feet together, fold, rise, heart center. Nice. Okay, let's quickly do our floor piece. We did this last week. It's a really nice way to engage the muscles of the leg and also think about alignment. When I don't think about alignment, my leg wants to go really wide. When I'm using proper alignment, which is Astia, non-stealing, I'm being truthful in my body, flex this foot and notice how different your range of motion is when you're honest within that. I've taken away the habits. I don't stand this way. Going as high as it feels good, maybe support yourself in front. Head is supported in your hand. And I've hit a place where that's where my IT band said that's it. That's my edge right there. And then down. Let's do 3 in total. Hips are stacked, ankles stacked, flex, rise. 1. Exhale down, don't touch. Inhale 2. Exhale down, don't touch. Oh, and keep that quad engaged. And 3, you can also put a block on your ankle. Exhale down, don't touch. Oh, knees together, side child's pose. Upright, let's do the other side. Supporting your head, legs are stacked, feet are flexed. Right hand can be in front. Flex, I'm gonna rise 3 times. So inhaling up, hit my resistance. There's my spot. Exhale down, but don't touch. You're hovering. Inhale 2, rise. Exhale down, but don't touch. And last one, let's do this. 3, pause. Could you have a block balanced on there or something even more fragile? Exhale down. Stop for a moment. Side child's pose. Once more on the other side, we're going to add another variation that helps turn on the core. Coming on my right side, flexed, rise, so upper leg is risen, under leg hovers an inch or 2 above the mat. Option to stay here, or hands free, thank you Liz and Paul. Release and soften, knees to chest. I had a really nice email from Lena. She's had a couple little health things, but she's doing well. And she was asking about everybody. I'm so glad to hear everyone's good. Other side. On your side, stacked, flexed, supported. Right leg or upper leg is rising. Under leg is up. Option to add the arms. And hands release. Woo! Side child's pose. And now we're going to come up to the standing portion I was talking about. So we're going to use thigh engagement, core engagement, balance. You know, you always hear me say, I want to say 75% of our balance is in our head, it's not our anatomy. So coming to the mat, let's take hands to the hips, shifting weight into the left foot, and then shift to the right foot. So you want to feel as if you could lift the relaxed foot. You could close your eyes, shift side to side. So you're shifting all the weight and trust into one side, not bending and lifting the other leg, and then shift the weight to the other side. So you're gonna do this back and forth. Feels like swaying, find kind of a rhythm. And then coming to stillness, I wanna come back to that solid side. So I'm gonna start with my left side. And ho! Right foot is lifted. And then shift, right foot down, left foot lifted. Left foot down, right foot lifted. This point, I'm kind of tick-tock. That's not how we stand. Now I want to take that motion forward, back. Ultimately, we're trying to find our center. So hands to hips, lean as far forward as you can without lifting your heels and falling, and back to center. Lean back, and don't lift your feet, and forward, and back. Don't lift your feet. I'm looking at the most beautiful scenery. It looks like somewhere in Sweden or Thailand. And if you type in ambient study music on YouTube, there's some of the most beautiful scenery mixed with the music that we usually listen to in our class is in my background. I think it's Switzerland. So I'm going to continue to go back and forth. And now we're going to make the square. So forward, so it's going to be clockwise. Forward, side, back, side, forward, side, back, side, forward, side, back, side, freeze. Let's reverse that counterclockwise. Forward, left, side, back, right, forward, left, back, right, forward, left, back, right. Stop. Did one side feel more robotic and one smoother? Now we're going to put that together and add lifting a foot. So this time, instead of side to side when we go to lift the foot, I want you to think of forward and back linear this direction. So I'm going to shift my weight to my left foot, maybe even do this in front of a mirror someday to make sure you're not dumping. So left side heavy, right leg lift. And to keep both hips squared off, I'm not going to lift this leg very high. As soon as I lift it higher, I notice I tip off my balance. And then lower down. Right foot down, left foot up. Did I tell you that we booked a really weird cheap trip to Iceland for next Thanksgiving? It's still available. I keep seeing it on Icelandair. Woo! Back to center. I think they just need, I feel so bad for small countries like that where they're only, mainly was tourism and business. And if neither of those is happening, a lot of deals everywhere right now with fully refundable. And then right leg down. Oh, and I can see I'm tipping. Left leg up. How high can I go without cheating in this body? So find a focal point. How high can you lift that left leg? Keeping the hips squared off. And then lower back down. Think of a tin soldier or a nutcracker. Left side's heavy. Whew. Right leg lifts. Don't tip the hip. How high can you go without losing the squared off? And then down. Now, let's do it backwards. So, left foot heavy, right hip back without tipping the hip. Release. Right foot heavy, left foot back without tipping the hip. Release. Now we're going to put it together and it's going to be even more. I want to make sure that, oh, it looks like our battery is good. We're going to do it a couple more times, but I want to add that the forward and back motion, when we swing through, quite often we cheat and we swing one of those hips out. Can we make this motion fluid and robotic? Just for once, I want it to be fluid and robotic. So, hands to your hips. I'm going to keep my left side as heavy today. Right foot forward. That's our hand to toe variation. Tilt right leg back. Keeping that right hip heavy. How far can I go? Warrior three. Back to neutral. I went to see the Christmas windows at Simpsons on Friday when I was already downtown, technically the Bay. And this year they're all robotic. There's nothing organic. It didn't really feel nostalgic at all. Right foot heavy, left foot flex. Keep those hips squared off. Lifting the left leg up without dropping or upping that hip. Sliding back. Can you come through without touching the floor? Hips are square. Left foot rises and you start to dip into warrior three. You don't have to come all the way down. Feel that right leg turn on. And back to neutral. We're gonna do that a couple more times. Hands on your hips, find a focal point. Left leg heavy, hip square, right heel, your choice. Hover, as if I'm kicking a soccer ball, or bring it higher without tilting that hip. Coming back to neutral, don't touch the mat. Woo! Can you go all the way through? Keep that right hip down. Coming into the mechanisms of Warrior Three. Hands are on your hips or airplane or lotus, and then back to center. Wow, I want you to assess your body. What woke up in order for you to be able to do that? Hands on your hips once more. Right foot heavy. Shift the weight into that right side, but keep the left hip squared up. Flex and rise. So how high can I go in my quad, in my hip mobility, without tilting this right hip? Focus and mechanics. If you're enjoying the work that is happening inside your body for this, you will do more when the show is over. Oh, there are my hips tilting, and I'm going to go back and I can feel my ankles twisting to make this happen. Coming into Warrior Three, and then back up. Okay, quick squat in between. Here or here, you're going to decide which squat. And if you're sitting a lot this week, please do more squats. Your back will thank you. And then upright. Okay, once more on each side. This time, let's hold it for 5 breaths on each version of it. So coming into standing, weight on my left foot. You'll notice I came off my mat for more stability. Right foot up, find a holding position, 5 breaths. Inhale 1, exhale. Inhale 2, exhale. Inhale 3, keep left leg solid. Exhale, inhale 4, smile. Exhale, and inhale 5. Exhale, can you switch it to, whoa, there's my hip, Warrior Three. And 5 breaths. Toes point down. Doesn't have to be very high. It can be here, here, here. Inhale 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Sorry, ankles giving out. Exhale. Inhale 4. Exhale. And inhale 5. Engage that left glute. Bring it through. What's a treat for our body? A squat. Other side. You're going to find one side is much stronger and more stable than the other. We're working at creating balance between the two. Standing once more. Right foot's my standing leg. Flex. Left leg as high as it feels good. Kicking that imaginary soccer ball. Inhale 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Inhale 4, exhale, and inhale 5. Slide it all the way through as you breathe out. Coming into Warrior Three. Inhale 1, exhale. Inhale 2, exhale. Inhale 3, pick your arms, exhale. There's my ankle. Inhale 4, exhale, inhale 5, exhale. So, based on our constant musings, what do you remember as the connection between tight ankle? What's the other body part that probably is responsible for that? Tight hips. So, because we didn't do a lot of hip work, I could feel my ankle bearing the brunt of it. Awesome. Let's come onto the floor. We're going to sit quietly. We'll do one final reading before you continue your day. And I'm just gonna shuffle these. That's kind of bland. Oh, well, I don't know. The blessing of omnipresence. Breathe in light and breathe out any unwanted thoughts. Let's do that one more time. Breathe in light, whatever that means to you. Eyes are closed. Hold that light And then breathe out any unwanted thoughts. Is there something that's been nagging you the last few days? Dwelling on what has been or might have been serves no purpose. Feel the healing, omnipresent light that surrounds and fills you. Focus on the present, for it's blessed with infinite potential. And if I boil that down, condense it, guess what? Be here now. Ram Dass. Be here now. Very famous yogi. And that's also a very Buddhist mentality, be here now. Was it John Kabat-Zinn said that? Thank you so much for your effort. I hope you have a beautiful day and enjoy this gorgeous snow. The good in me sees the good in you. Namaste. I want to thank you for coming out.